If the pre-show ever gets leaked, we're in trouble. We're live. Hey, we're going to talk about the Bengals' next defensive coordinator. Who's it going to be? Who's it not going to be? We got changes on the coaching staff to talk about. That's going to be a lot of this. Maybe we'll do a little bit of talking to the chat at the end. That's all coming up next on Cincy Unfiltered.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go.
What is up, Cincinnati, the tri-state area, the millions and millions of fans worldwide tuned in to Cincy Unfiltered? Almost said the wrong show name. How are we doing tonight?
I still do that sometimes.
I
almost say it. Do you got any of your new friends from overseas on here that you've made recently?
Probably. I'll be
honest. Get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, probably.
Ben is back. Houday from Ben.
Houday.
We got a beer logo from Breezy. Houday from Wedge. John's here. John was in the chat. Let's see when John put the Kings here. John left his comment at 5:03 p.m. We've got a few guys that are in a race to get first on the chat. Wade was doing fun things with his kids instead of being in our YouTube comments 2 hours early. Total clown.
Whatever.
Fake fan, some have said. Some or me. So we are glad you guys here. Nick had a day off. Shout out to Nick.
Oh,
days
nice,
off are
dude.
dope.
Heck yeah.
BJ was here. Showing up breezy. We're glad to have you guys here. Chris says you're going to lose your government clearance. You may need to pay attention in OPSEC class.
No, I'm good because I'm not
to do with China.
I'm not directly interfacing with anybody on a friendship level. I'm good.
Kate Breezy bowled a 700 last week. My kid's banging on the door.
700. Is that possible?
Is that good in bowling terms? He says subtle flex, so I'm guessing it's good.
For some reason, I thought 300 was the perfect score. Maybe I'm just way off, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know anything about bowling. Mark Lemmy, I want to say Lemmy wants to know the top 2 defensive coordinator candidates in our opinion, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes, sir.
We are here to talk about some of the alleged interview, some of the confirmed interviews, some of the alleged interest, some of the non-interest that we've learned about here just in the last couple hours. If you're watching the show and saw the thumbnail earlier, there was an addition that I made to it late. Michigan man Wink Martindale was mentioned in connection with the Bengals defensive coordinator job today, interviewing with the Falcons and the Colts, confirmed. And then Tom Pelissero says that he is in the discussion for the Bengals defensive coordinator position until our guy Paul Daniel Jr. says, you're fucking wrong. They hate him. They don't like him. They don't like each other. He's not it. That's not exactly what he said. You can see the tweet on your screen. Yeah. It just says, considering the unfriendly history between the Bengals and Wink Martindale, it's kind of funny that he somehow got caught up in the conversation about him for defensive coordinator. For clarity, Martindale is not part of the Bengals defensive coordinator search, nor was he ever under consideration. Now, if you remember, I believe it was 2021. It was Burrow's second year. They were asking Wink about, slowing down Burrow and this, and he said, well, we're not fitting anybody for gold jackets just quite yet, right? And Burrow went out that game for 525 yards, gave him a little shrug at the end, and then they asked Burrow if those comments were in the back of his mind as he threw for 525 yards, and he said, maybe. I don't have as cool of a smirk as Joe Burrow, so I'm not even going to try. But that is kind of how that went. So we got some clarity today that it is not going to be Wink Martindale. Now, me, as a Michigan fan, sorry for cutting off half your face for a second, but self-produced, got it out the mud type shit over here. As a Michigan man, I watched him stall the Ohio State offense as Michigan beat Ohio State for the 4th straight time, this time as 21-point underdogs on the road in Columbus. I don't know if anybody heard that happen, but it did. And then he slowed down Alabama's offense. So you're like, okay, Wink might be the guy. But, man, you look at him when he was with Baltimore, he was giving every time they played the Chiefs, he gave up like 32-some points a game. I never really thought that he was that much of a fit, me personally.
Yeah, no. I agree. I when I saw the tweet, I think I tweeted, "Oh, really?" Because I was like, I don't believe this. There's no way. There's so much bad blood there. I immediately thought of the comment that you made there about the gold jacket comment. Like, there's no freaking way this is real. That would be a interesting hire, to say the least, if that were to occur. So I'm glad.
Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit?
Yeah, whatever. I'm glad that Paul Daner there kiboshed that one. Also funny that he was able to dunk on a big media guy, because big media sucks. So
yeah, there was also the game where Zach kicked a field goal down like 30 or something with like 2 minutes left to stop the shutout, and they were pretty pissed about that.
Yeah,
so that
they can suck it. So
it's some bad blood between the Bengals and Wink. I've never been a Wink guy. I haven't liked Wink. Now I'm forced to like Wink. He's the highest paid defensive coordinator in college football right now.
I did read that. That's interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. But,
Greg got the Happy Gilmore reference. I'm glad he did. I was hoping somebody would.
Yeah.
Got out. So we've got confirmed interviews with Patrick Graham, DeMarcus Covington, and then rumored, maybe fan-created interest in Al Golden, who is currently the defensive coordinator for the future national champion Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
You're such a dick.
Hey, dude, I've transferred to Notre Dame. I don't know if you heard.
I'm a Bear,
but I had to make another stop in the portal real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I for the life of me before the show here was having trouble remembering Al Golden's first name, because I played with a guy back in the day named Bud Golden. He's a running back, and that's absolutely ridiculous. Have you tweeted that?
Yeah, I did. I did as Ohio State beat Texas. I tweeted that out, and I said one more stop in the transfer portal.
That's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, are we saying our guys? I think my phone just died here, but if we're saying our guys, I think he's mine. Truly. I mean, he obviously was here for the Super Bowl season, right? I mean, he's coached in 16 bowl games. He's got accolades out the ass. He's been in Detroit. He was our linebacker coach, if I'm remembering correctly.
He was a linebacker coach in 2021.
Okay. In 2021, he's got experience. He's been all over the place. He's got all kinds of awards. Like in 1991, he won some crazy ass Penn State award for coaching. I like what the guy brings to the table. He's coaching a national championship team right now. Just a lot of positives with him coming in. So
familiarity with Zac Taylor and the organization too, I think, is important. Mike Zimmer is another name that's been thrown around now that
kind of crazy there. I don't know.
Now that Mike McCarthy's been fired, and while you step away to do whatever it is that you may do, we've got I accidentally just started a countdown. That was dumb.
Yeah, what was that?
I clicked the wrong button, but we've got two. The first text from Dad is a wholesome father-son text.
Love it.
Fuck you and that team up north.
Yeah, Dad.
But it was a perfect segue to his next text, where he said, "Bring Mike Zimmer back." And I have mixed feelings on Mike Zimmer coming back, if I'm being completely honest. He was great his first time here. I think that maybe they should have let Marvin go earlier and retained Zimmer as the head coach. But man, that defense in Dallas last year was worse than the Bengals. With Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and some talent on it. So I'm wondering if the modern game has passed Zimmer by.
Yeah, and here's my thing. Like, why would you want, maybe not in a literal sense, right? In terms of like ability and talent, or maybe so. Why would you want to take a step backwards in time to that era? Do you know what I mean? Like, Zimmer was a good coach here. It was fun while he's here. We've moved on. We've accomplished things that era never did. Do you know what I mean? Playoffs, Super Bowl. Yeah, we got Burrow and a lot more talent on this team right now than we did back then in certain areas. But like, to me, it just feels like stepping backwards in time. And I don't want to do that. Let's go get somebody who has not necessarily been here in a I guess, management role, right? A head coach role, not the head coach, but head coach, offense coordinator, defense coordinator. Bring them in, give them a shot, and see if they can do it. Now, I sound slightly hypocritical here, right? Because I just said I'd like Al Golden, and he was here before, but he wasn't the guy. And I think that he can get an opportunity he can be one of the candidates that gets the opportunity to be the guy and maybe be successful. I just don't want to step backwards in time. That's all.
I understand that, but then sometimes I think back to Mike Zimmer saying "fuck" every other word, slinging dip spit out of his mouth every time he's talking to somebody, and I'm like, bring that guy back. We need that toughness,
dude. That
but
was
also
Zimmer, like Chuck Bresnahan, like all those guys. Yes. Oh my God.
Chris says that Al Golden hasn't talked to anybody from the Bengals organization. Chris and I had a little bit of a back and forth. Al Golden did just recently sign an extension with Notre Dame. I think it's around $2.5 million a year. I think, and my rebuttal to that is that those contracts are written on fucking napkins at this point.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much coaches want to get back to the NFL. Obviously, defensive coordinator at Notre Dame, it's a premier program. It's a great job.
Yeah.
But you got to go on the road all the time recruiting. You got to deal with NIL. You lose your last game of the year. The kids are in your desk saying, how much money can I make? Are you going to start me next year, or do I need to bounce? I wonder if there's any value in a guy. Obviously, most coaches are competitors. Most coaches want to do it at the highest level. I don't know Al Golden's aspirations. I don't know the man, but maybe he does want to become an NFL head coach one day, and a logical step is a defensive coordinator spot. And he doesn't have to go on the road and deal with NIL and all of that shit. So that makes me wonder, but do the Bengals then have to buy him out of that contract at Notre Dame, or how does that work?
I don't know how it works. And again, like, he's just somebody who I'm really interested in, right? Or is that who they're going to hire? Am I like pounding the table, hire this guy? No, but like, when I look at these guys, I'm like, I really think that guy would be a fun fit. I don't know how that works. Why would they? In my mind, no, they don't have to buy it out, right? Because, like, say you have
somebody
job,
does,
but why?
Somebody has. I mean, they have a buyout for a reason. Or maybe they buy him. I don't know.
Is there a buyout? See, this is what I don't know. Because if I quit my job tomorrow, my next job doesn't have to pay my salary, right? I don't. If I'm a contractor, even so. This is pure ignorance, folks. Like, I don't know. I don't know if there is a buyout or how that works. Chat, educate us, because we're two morons here. But
we got two super chats.
Oh Jesus!
We're gonna break for a minute. Our
bankroll. Jesus Christ!
Guy might as well be a sponsor. Shout out to you.
Love him.
We're switching gears a little bit here, but been stewing on a topic all day. Since 2020, which combo wins more titles, Burrow and Andy Reid, or Mahomes and Zac Taylor? I think it's Burrow and Andy Reid.
Easily. Yeah, I don't think there's any question there. Absolutely. Mahomes is incredible, but I just, Burrow is just so special. I mean, and Andy Reid, I mean,
the way his mind works, the way he cooks up weird, exotic shit. This isn't a Zac Taylor hate episode by any means, but he
just sent another one. Hit Vic real quick.
Hold on. Notre Dame Stadium sucks. Is there a follow-up to that question, which I believe the Burrow Reid? Is it Taylor or Mahomes? Which I believe the answer is Burrow.
Here is the follow-up question.
I'm a little bit confused by that.
I love that we're both reading it like, Here is the follow-up to that question, for which I believe the answer is Burrow Reid. Is it Taylor or Mahomes? Who's the problem there? I think Taylor.
Oh, if you're talking about the problem there, I think
Taylor.
This is Zac Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not rooting for Zac Taylor to get fired. This isn't a trash Zac Taylor thing, but this man paid good money to have these questions answered, and I feel the obligation to give him an honest, fair, and correct answer.
Yeah.
I think Burrow and Reid might have two by now. And I think that if you're asking what the problem is in the Mahomes Taylor marriage, I would venture to say that it was
Taylor Swift.
Taylor. Yeah, and that's what he said. Taylor Swift. He said, "Who's the problem?" So that's
yeah. So, yep. I got you, Rolf. Come on, dog. Whew.
And then we did have a super chat from my wife, which is kind of weird because it's like an inner house super chat. There's
it's
a very
your
important
money.
name not being mentioned for the defensive coordinator job, and that's me. I've been getting tagged on Twitter in a lot of tweets under the insiders posts about who they want for defensive coordinator and defensive coordinator interviews. People are tagging me, and I think that's fucking hilarious that we're like taking over some of the big guys' comment sections a little bit.
Yeah.
And I put this out the other day just in case they don't think that I can multitask.
Yeah.
Father, very successful worldwide show host.
Yep.
So I didn't know if they wanted to see this. Oh shit! I just took Ron away.
No, just
There we
talk.
go.
It's beautiful.
I didn't know if they maybe wanted to see this. I actually called a shutout game in Wilmington, Ohio, whilst pushing a stroller with a very cool mullet that I certainly wish I still had.
Yep.
And then the body armor in the back pocket, so I'm ready to go. Whatever. My wife's here; she was at this game. And I don't want this to upset her, but like I just feel like the lady working the chain right there is just fighting the urge to just soak all that in. You know what I mean? Like she's trying to watch her kid play. She knows her husband's on the other side, but then just right behind her, there's this absolute fucking unit.
Stud.
And she's just trying not to turn her head. You know what I mean?
So,
but
here's
my name's floated out there. My phone is still on.
Yeah. Please, I support that. Double stamp. Here's my question. Are you in cargo shorts or cargo pants?
Those are shorts. I was a black polo khaki short guy.
Yeah. Believe it or not, there was a right answer to the question, and it was cargo shorts. So I really appreciate that. That's really great.
I did do the cargo pants in colder weather, though.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. However, with how you're standing, your posture, the tattoo showing, the stroller, the body armor, that's a cargo shorts guy right there. And I'm glad you're.
They don't have the pockets, though. They don't have the cargo pockets. They're like khaki golf shorts.
Okay. All right. I still respect it. That's fine. But yeah,
pair of shorts.
I think honestly, the guys in the Discord, anybody following, the millions watching, I just spam Drew's name. I think is how we get him hired here. His talent will be showcased once he gets into the show. But let's help him. Let's get him there. No, look. I don't know where it is. There it is. Does Al Golden have one of those?
I don't think he does. Not to mention, there are pictures. Maybe I should dig up the pictures of me holding a championship trophy on Paul Brown Stadium's field. It was called Paul Brown Stadium at the time. I won a flag football state championship there. I haven't even talked about that yet. And I won one at Nippert. So you want to talk about a guy that's had success in Cincinnati.
You have a championship in Nippert and Paul Brown?
Yeah, and one here in Dayton.
Wow. That's ridiculous. Do you have rings?
They gave me, I've got the trophies. They're over there. They gave us a ring for the last one, but I ended up like giving it to like a different kid or something because I didn't want to. It was very fake.
I think that we need to get you 3 rings. Let's figure. We'll go on. I'll talk
Timu.
to my. I'll talk to my Chinese cohorts here, and we'll get one. We'll get them made, and they'll just say champion on them. You'll be good, dude. It'll be.
Let's
good.
talk about the friends you're making across the pond. So there's an alleged TikTok ban on the way to America, I believe on the 19th. I don't think it happens. I think they threaten to ban it all the time, and it never happens. But you're getting ahead of the curve. What's the Chinese counter? I thought TikTok was the Chinese TikTok.
Well, so I've read a lot about this, and that's what made me go, I'm just going to go check this app out. TikTok is owned by a Singaporean group, so not Chinese. If you've watched Congress question the gentleman in charge and make fools of themselves, it's entertaining. Go look it up. The Singapore guy is just dunking on them without trying to dunk on them. It's very funny. Not getting into politics, but everybody was tweeting and putting on TikTok. Go to this app. It's called Red Note. Go to this app, Red Note. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out. Whatever. So I download it. I get on there, and it's Chinese, right? It's like a Chinese version of Pinterest or Instagram, and it's like all mashed up into one. You can do like pictures and videos and all that shit. Whatever. Go check it out. Everyone's really friendly on there. It's also a absolute treasure trove of cultural miscommunication and a lack of understanding like of Chinese and other cultures on the app, and Americans who are just joining the app. And it has been an absolute gold mine for very funny moments. So
very funny moments like this one where Ron got to explain to, I guess, some of the Chinese individuals that may not understand the beer shotgun. I'm going to go ahead and let you break this down.
So I immediately just called the account Bangalorean. You don't really have to put personal information in when you do it, which was great. So like, it's just Bangalorean. I immediately just started throwing Bengals stuff up there and said, where are my NFL folks at? Tons on there. Tons of Chinese football fans on there as well. I have come to learn that football, not only watching, but playing it in China is apparently huge, like second to soccer. But
really,
a lot of the stuff I've put on there is just me and Drew and the boys slamming garage beer. And a lot of the questions that I'm getting are, what are you doing when you poke the hole in it? Why are you drinking from the bottom of the can? And this gentleman, this gentleman, why do they drink beer in this way? Does it have a special meaning? And naturally, I couldn't explain it in a serious manner. So my response was, it makes us stronger. I don't know what that means, but I like to think that there's a Chinese guy just telling all his friends, like, they have some elixir that makes them stronger. These Americans are incredible. Like, this is nuts. They drink from the bottom of cans. They're cussing. It's just unbelievable. I'm an official diplomat now. I've given myself that status. And
that's doing it. That's doing its rounds on the internet too. That got some traction.
It's over 1 million views on my Twitter right now, and it's got like 50,000 likes and a bunch of dumbasses quote tweeting it. So it was a fun one. But I found like football highlights on there. There's a guy on there that plays for some team in Hong Kong, and they all look like 8th graders. So it's like, it's not anything incredible, but I threw it up there. I said, fuck it, Chinese football highlights. And they're having a blast screaming at each other in Chinese. There's pump up speeches in Chinese. Dude, there's girls leagues there. Like, not like girls play here and it's like, oh, you play in a girl football league. There's like competitive full contact girls football leagues in China, and they smack each other, bro. Like, it's like,
they get after it.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. So football's big in China. I'm apparently going to be big in China because they're all asking me questions about America. They're also very horny. I've gotten
the very horny people.
Yeah, I've got, like, I'll just picture myself. Hey, this is me. I'm new to the app. They're calling me daddy. One guy or girl put underneath that they wanted me to F them to death. Like, it's nuts. I might be a sex symbol in China. I don't know yet.
Ego boost?
I might be a sex symbol in China.
What's this app called?
It's called Red Note. It's
Give
funny.
me a little ego boost on there.
Yeah, I'm there for the laughs, and they just keep delivering because I find cultural misunderstandings to just be absolutely hilarious and electric. So
I'm gonna get on there, dude, and see what China thinks of your boy.
It is so funny. It's
never mind. No, I'm not.
I'm not answering anybody. Like, I'm not answering messages. I'm not commenting back to anybody because, like, I don't want to directly interact or anything. And I just, you know what I mean? I'm just on there to, like, throw the video up and have them watch it and go, like, holy fuck, these Americans are different creatures. Like, because I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know what a shotgun or a tailgate is. Like, who knows, man?
That's fucking awesome, dude. I just looked. 1.2 million views. Excuse me. 54,000 likes. It's going.
Yes, it's going.
You're moving the product. Well done.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about here.
John Paps has got it. John Paps threw it. The guy or girl said, a little sexy, a little charming. If that is your real picture, I want you to blank me to death. And I just,
that's real. He's quoting the comment.
Yeah. Look on my Twitter. My phone's dead, or I'd hold it up. I said, downloaded TikTok, Chinese TikTok, They're just like us for real. And I have that quote there. Like,
Oh my God, dude.
yeah.
A little sexy, a little charming. If it's your own photo, 3 lips emojis.
Yeah.
This is just from the screenshot you posted.
Yeah.
Then I want to say daddy to me to death.
I don't know. Nobody talks to me like that on Twitter. So I think I might be a big deal in China, guys. We'll figure it out. Who knows? I'll probably hey.
I'm going to need the wife to send the email to let me know who the new members
Yes,
are because it doesn't show me. Shout out. Thank you guys all
Shout out.
for your support.
Absolutely. But to close that out, I'm probably going to delete the app in a week. I don't want that shit on my phone. But right now, it's fun. It's really fun. So,
Daddy Lorian.
Yeah. Holy shit.
If I wanted Drew to get compliments, I'd give them to him. He doesn't get it. He gets enough of an ego boost at tailgates.
This is true.
This is her publicly stating that she doesn't want me to get compliments because she doesn't give me any.
A lot of good comments here. We got
all right. So it looks like Wade got a membership from Ben.
Let's go.
Shout out Wade. Shout out Ben for giving that out. TikTok isn't going anywhere. Beast is going to come in. Mr. Beast has talked about saving it.
Elon,
I think
too.
Elon talked about it. Mr. Wonderful, the guy from Shark Tank, wanted to do it. So obviously we're a little bit.
We should buy it.
The tailgating season is over. I'll get the app tonight for my reviews. That's right. I got to wait 7 months for another tailgate.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be just a grumpy pain in the ass. No compliments.
John says I'm a C-list influencer at best.
We are not influencers,
Rough.
Guys. Oh, God, I hate that word so much.
The email has been sent with our new members. Let me go ahead and pull that up, and then we can go back into defensive coordinator talk because obviously we're not going to.
Well, hold on. We've got a request here. So.
Second of the season. And the Bengals go up again.
We still got it. It's still there.
We still got it.
So, Ben, your memberships went to Andrew Seiler, Ripped Monster Beast. I don't know that I've seen that name in the chat before. Dougie Bubbs, Walter
name,
White. Though. Walter White is the guy that
White?
meth, right? I've never seen
He
the
made
show,
it. He made meth. He made meth, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Walter White in the chat.
And then Wade was the other one gifted the membership. So shout out to Ben. Shout out to all the new members.
Second of the season. And the Bengals go up again.
So I'm sorry, they keep saying again, and I don't. It just happens. I'm not even. It's just the
chat gets what the chat wants. That's the way it works.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can't pick where the memberships go. It just gives them randomly 2 subscribers. So Ben hopes they go to real ones. Ben, you are a real one. You are maybe the realest one.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Greatest TV series ever. Thanks for the compliment about our show, BJ. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Are you, Mr. and Mrs. Bingo, going to role play thirsty Chinese commenter later?
Oh, maybe I'll show it to her. Yeah, I like where you're going. Okay, let me write that down. I like that. Shit. These comments are ridiculous.
This comment section is wild, and I love it every time. Every time, it's great. A little sexy, a little charming.
Yep, that's me. A little sexy, a little charming. Let's talk about.
You should put that in your Twitter bio.
Yeah, I might. That's fucking hilarious. I might do that. A little sexy, a little charming, Bangalorean. Oh my God.
While we're at a break, it is a good time to tell you that this wonderful show that you're taking in is brought to you by the fine folks at Garage Beer. Always go to www.drinkgaragebeer.com. Go to the beer finder, find out where they sell it near you so you can take part in this delicious beer flavored beer. That could have been on the radio. That could have been a radio.
That was good. I didn't say a word.
I think that was right on the screws, you know?
Yeah, you were in a roll there. Yeah, guys, we don't just talk about it because they keep the lights on. We drink the shit out of it. It's so good. You got your standard traditional classic light beer and your Garage Beer Lime, which was recognized on the Chinese app by a fellow American TikTok refugee on there. He said, Garage Beer Lime, you know ball. Yeah, we do know ball because Garage Beer is great. Period. We actually drink this stuff, guys. Drew drank this stuff before we even thought of doing this show. We love them. Glad they keep the lights on here and hope we can continue to work on that with them for fucking ever, dude, forever.
Someone compliment Drew. Hey, you can compliment me.
Yeah,
Later,
McKinney's.
you know what I'm saying?
McKinney's
Thank you,
got
BJ.
we both.
Thank
did.
you, Ben.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
stop
BJ.
clicking.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
there you go. There you go. Okay, all right. I don't know how to say anything in Chinese, but let's move on to football. How about that?
Let's give Andrew Bradshaw's buddy Eric a shout out. First time watcher. We're glad you're here. We totally understand if you immediately leave.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we're
Yeah.
glad you're here for right now, Eric. Shout out to you. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Oh,
Back
man.
to football, like we were
Yes.
talking about. One more defensive coordinator I want to talk about
Yeah, who's
is
your pick?
Patrick Graham.
Okay.
My pick,
Yeah.
my honest pick is Matt Eberflus.
Okay.
But Patrick Graham is an interesting guy as well. I hosted a Twitter space on Sunday night. Not something I really do. Kind of bored. Said I'm going to pop this thing on,
Yeah.
see if anybody gets in there. Had a bunch of people in there. Talked for about an hour and a half, maybe. It was actually a good time. When I think of Twitter spaces, I think of like me joining others to listen, and it's just people fucking screaming over each other and arguing, and I don't want to do all that. Let's do a Cincy Unfiltered show from the rooftop of Longworth Hall during a preseason game tailgate this fall. However we make that happen, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'll climb my ass up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it's
I'll do
legal, but I don't really care either. And
I don't know.
Rolf, for
Who's
the
got
love
the
of God,
Elon?
keep your money.
Yeah, you're $50 into the show.
Love you, Rolf.
I love you and appreciate that. But
you're coming to a game next year on us because this is
yes, for sure. That is going to happen.
100%.
That will happen. But who's got the Elon Starlink internet to get us up there?
Good call. Good call. Eberflus, eh?
Sorry for threatening to kill you that one night, Michael. That did happen in the Discord. There was a death threat. Oh shit! His dad runs the building. Oh shit, dude!
Now we know where the money's coming from, Mike. Okay, shit.
So I could maybe I could have hit Mike up to get a discount. I was trying to get married there, but it was out of the budget. But
let's
dude,
figure it out. Let's figure that out.
Let's figure that out, dude.
Yeah.
How fucking dope would that actually be if we're like on top of the building and then the back of Longworth just full of people tailgating and we're just saying dumb shit like we
That'd
always
be
say.
awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Mike, we'll talk in the off season because that sounds like a whole lot of fun. So talk Eberflus. Mike interrupted you rudely with his $9.99. Mike, come on, Jesus. Talk Eberflus here.
I like Eberflus. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good to go.
I just lost full display on my computer screen, so I didn't know if my mic fucked up. I don't know what to do at this point, but as of right now, shit. I can't fucking do anything. But that's all right. We're just going to hit buttons and hope the things happen. When I look at Matt Eberflus, everybody's like, he's a failed head coach from Chicago. Look, dude, who's going to succeed with the Bears? They're a fucking dump. They're a dumpster fire. They stink. I'm not mad at coordinators that go on to be a head coach and for some reason it doesn't work out. I just personally am not, because some guys are built to be head coaches and some guys are built to be coordinators. And okay. Hugh Jackson is one of those guys. Hell of an offensive coordinator in that 2015 Bengals year, had things cooking. Andy Dalton was an MVP candidate before he got hurt. Things were going great. He goes to Cleveland. Cleveland's a fucking joke. He was a shitty head coach. It doesn't work out. I get it. Robert Saleh, great defensive coordinator for the 49ers, goes to the Jets. Doesn't work out. He's force-fed Aaron Rodgers. He's force-fed Nathaniel Hackett. It doesn't go well. I'm not holding any of that against these guys because if they can be a good coordinator, I don't care. And look what Eberflus did with the Colts. He had the Colts defense like in top 10 in almost all categories. That's why he got the Bears job, because he was so damn good at it. He's a guy with sort of a complex scheme, which does make me wonder a little bit, because as the Bengals defense kind of improved down the stretch, you heard guys say that Lou made things simpler. So maybe the complexity, I don't know, but Eberflus is an established guy. He's been there. He's done it. I think he's got the nuts to tell Zac Taylor what Zac Taylor may need to hear if they're having conversations or whatever the case is. I like Eberflus an awful lot if he's really in the mix. There hasn't been an interview. There was just a tweet that said he's going to be involved, which was also weird wording, but I think that means he's a name to watch.
Yeah. Him and Golden are like my if it's one of those guys, I'm pumped. So, you hit the nail on the head with the I was going to bring up the Colts defense there. Like look at them statistically. It's absolutely ridiculous. To bring in a guy like that would be wonderful. These guys are cerebral. So when you bring in a guy like that, and perhaps it's a big name with a complicated scheme, they'll adjust. The simplification, I think, needed to happen this year because we were struggling and guys were frustrated. So that's where I think that comes from. No, I don't know where Drew went, but look at those stripes, guys. Those stripes are wonderful. So bringing in a guy with a complicated scheme, to me, is not a bad thing. I don't think. So are you back? You good?
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Can you see now?
Yeah, I can see now. The kids started screaming. And then I tried to fix the monitor thing and everything came unplugged. Ben, holy
We're good.
Dude.
Ben, these guys, everybody got a raise at work. Holy shit.
Ben, thank you. We'll figure out who the members were. My wife is probably tending to the upset child. We're creeping up on bedtime here, but we'll figure out who they are. Ben, thank you. Shout out. I wasn't being super dad. I was just trying to fix my equipment, but there was a cry. Jake got one shout out.
There we go.
Jake is a real one. So Ben, man, thank you. I appreciate it. She sent the text. She's a trooper. She's holding it down. Jake got one. Chris Del Roth got one. Ryan Highland got one. Excuse me. Michael Vaughn got one. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 10 that Ben gifted. Holy shit, Ben.
No, ridiculous.
Shout out to you guys. There's another one coming through. Carl Richardson got one. So yeah, man, Ben's just Ben Claus. Carl's here. He appreciates it.
There we go. Carl. Ben, blessing the people. Absolutely love that. When you were fixing your stuff, what I was saying is, yes, he could come with a complicated scheme. But my counterpoint to that is the reason things needed simplified down the stretch is because we were on the struggle bus. Everybody was frustrated. They needed a solution. They said, let's go back to basics. Let's play ball. But you got a whole off season to come in. These football players are cerebral and they can figure it out and find out what works. And I think it would fit the mold regardless of its complications.
Yeah, no, Mike, you asked if there was a way to just get a link to become a member. Sadly not. They actually make it quite difficult to become a member. You got to get on your desktop or you got to go to YouTube on your phone and then click desktop mode on your phone. It's a whole thing. I think that they should make it better, but hey, I'm just a guy on here. But you're right. I think that these are pro players. These are NFL guys. Okay, maybe it's complicated. Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. Totally get it.
Another name though was Patrick Graham, and Patrick Graham was the Raiders defensive coordinator last year whose contract expired, so he's free to explore other options. One thing I like about Patrick Graham is he has a track record of success developing young talent and developing a defense that plays to the young talent's strength. And for the Bengals, I think that's very important because we have a lot of young guys. And if Jamar Chase is going to get paid and T. Higgins is going to stick around and Joe Burrow's still got his contract, what's the defensive coordinator going to have to probably do? Work with a lot of young guys, draft picks, second-year guys, the Chris Jenkins of the world, the DJ Turners that are coming back, the Dax Hill, who's, still younger in the league and figuring things out. So Patrick Graham is a name that I have my eye on too, just because he does have that proven track record of getting the most out of young guys, which is going to be crucial for whoever the Bengals defensive coordinator is.
You said it best. I got nothing to add. The names are out there. They're going to do interviews. Rumors are going to fly around. Our local guys are going to shut rumors down, just like Paul Dana Jr. did. It's a waiting game, dude. It's a waiting game, so we can speculate all we want, but that's not the only major vacancy that the Bengals have to fill. The offensive coordinator also needs a body. So what are your thoughts here?
Well, the offensive line coach is one that Zac
line
Taylor
coach.
really,
I'm sorry, line coach. Yeah.
really has to nail. And Dad's on the Willie Anderson train. Dad wants Willie to be the O-line coach, like we talked about last week. I still think that would be a great hire, as we discussed last week, or like you said, something in the building. I have been told since having that discussion that Willie has always had interest in a coaching role that is based on developing young guys. Maybe not the whole job of offensive line coach, but a developmental role is something that interests Willie Anderson. I was not told that by Willie Anderson, but I was told that by some people who know Willie and wouldn't bullshit me. I don't think. Maybe they did. Fuck, I don't know.
Here's the thing with that: if you don't throw Willie in the job, right, bring him in as an advisor or something, right, or an assistant. Like, why not? He's obviously developing these guys, and a lot of guys like to. Jesus, wrong one. I hit the wrong button here. A lot of these, ridiculous. He's up to what, 20 now?
He's giving out 20 memberships tonight.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit, man. Thank you.
Oh my God. We'll get the text here when it comes in. But bring him in as an advisor, man. Bring him in the building. Let him be there at practice. Like, you don't have to give him the job, right? Because there's probably other coaches out there that are qualified and have coached, right? If you're not going to hire him, bring him in somehow, I think, right? I said the same thing with Chad Johnson and the wide receivers. Chad has said out loud, I'd love to coach. Bring him in as an advisor, man. Will he be a goofball at practice? Probably. But guess what? He's one of the Bengals' best receivers ever play. The guys will respect him. They'll listen to him. And I think when push came to shove, he'd be serious and he could whip guys into shape.
The report is that we don't think there's enough people that have gifted memberships turned on in their YouTube settings to recover all of these. But we do have one that was gifted to Jesse, who is a friend of mine who watches the show. He doesn't comment much, but Jesse does get it. I'm going to let him know.
Okay. There you go.
He might be watching right now.
That would be amazing. I mean, there's a billion people worldwide watching, so that wouldn't surprise me. So you had a specific name here you wanted to talk about, correct? Before the text from Dad came in.
Yes. So if you ask me my top offensive line coach candidate right now, I'm going to tell you that I want to get Roy Istvan, who is the assistant offensive line coach from the Eagles. He's been there for, I think, 5 years. Yeah. Philly's got a great offensive line. Don't think they're going to pry away the guy there. So he's been in the league like 34 years, I think. He's had a hand in developing that badass, very good Eagles offensive line. There was a picture surfacing on Twitter of Jalen Hurts just in this beautiful pocket with nobody near him, and people saying, I want that for Joe Burrow. So do I. Give me Roy Istvan.
Yeah, that's fun, dude. I mean, that Eagles offensive line is crazy. The tush push. I mean, everything. Kelsey's obviously not there anymore, right? And he's a future Hall of Famer, but they're still a very solid offensive line schematically and player-wise. So,
and as Big Tiger says, they lost Jason Kelsey and didn't miss a beat. They didn't. They lost an all-time great center, and the offensive line was the best in the NFL this year. So I don't think we're going to get TJ unless the Bengals offer him a bunch of money and like an associate head coach title, which I don't think that they're apt to do. So give me Roy Istvan, his top assistant. He's been around it. He's seen it. He knows how to make it work. Give me that guy. Let's give Joe Burrow beautiful pockets and then beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. I'll probably honestly just hop on that train because I don't have a better name. You know what I mean? So
Jesse's here. Shout out Jesse. He got the membership from Ben.
Golden Knights guy. Okay. I respect that.
Uncle Ben NIL.
Holy crap. What other names are floating out there? I guess. I mean,
there's really not been a lot of talk about it.
Yeah. The chatter has not been as robust as the DC job, obviously, because the DC job is high profile, but I mean,
there's this, I'm going to address this. People were giving me some thoughts about it. I am a Miamisburg, Ohio guy. Brought this city a championship. They haven't told me when my statue goes up yet, but we'll get into that later. But there's a gentleman by the name of Josh Myers who plays for the Green Bay Packers. He's their starting center. He got hurt in their playoff loss with what looks like maybe a hairline fracture, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I put out a tweet. He's a free agent this year. He's from right here, 45 minutes from Cincinnati. And I just threw it out there. I do not want to replace Ted Karras. Ted Karras played at a Pro Bowl level at center last year.
Absolutely.
He's damn good.
Yep.
He's got a great dynamic with Joe Burrow. You don't fuck with that.
Friend of the program.
I just said, I wonder if Josh Myers would consider playing guard. When I watched Josh Myers in high school, he was a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is high school. Don't get me wrong. It's a completely different game. He would pull. We ran a wing T system. Shout out Steve Chanel and his porn star mustache. He got fired for drawing a dick on somebody's driveway. True story.
Wow.
I think he was banging the guy's wife, but, whatever. But he would pull and just clear pass down the field. I just wonder if he would consider playing guard, and then if Ted Karras decides to retire at some point, you slide him back to center. But man, it's just maybe it's a homer dream thing for me. Josh Myers is an Ohio State alum. I tried to flip him to Michigan at a football camp one time when I was coaching. He was like 17. I was looking up at him like, "Hey, dude, you thought about going to Michigan?" And he laughed. And I didn't press the issue because he was a 17-year-old beast, and I didn't want him to beat my grown ass.
Yeah.
But great kid, great family from right here. It would just make sense if he'd play guard. That's all I was saying. So I wanted to clarify that because I think people thought I was trying to replace Ted Karras, and that is definitely not the case because he was a Pro Bowl level center this year.
Yeah, Teddy K is not getting replaced until he wants to get replaced. I think we would riot if they, for some reason, were to shift or move on from him. But hey, that sounds fun to me, dude. Why not? I mean, guard, throw him in there. If he used to play guard, he knows the position. Yeah, we need guards very badly. We need starting guards very badly. I'll say that because we got guys you can throw out there that can make some noise, but for a whole season, it's just not cutting it right now. So
Big Tiger. Back to your point, the guy is in Paganetti. I don't think the Bengals are going to be able to lure him away. So go for his top assistant is what I meant.
Yeah.
Pollock's scheme never really fit Taylor's offense, and that's true. We were very excited when Pollock came back. We're like, Joe Mixon's excited. He was here. Wide zone scheme, cool. It does not work for the Joe Burrow Bengals offense. That is very, very apparent. We
said that when Andrew Fox Miller was in the chat. We were having that discussion, right? We have a serviceable offensive line. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's guys that need replaced, a couple guys, but they're serviceable, right? They're average. But schematically, it just wasn't working. Right? Something was not working. Joe Burrow gets sacked. What was he? The fifth or the eighth most sacked quarterback this year, which is unacceptable. So something needs to happen. They are making something happen. Hopefully, they hire someone that can come in and fix it. So he's on
ball
a tear.
knower. Ball knower. Dad knows ball. Josh doesn't have the speed to play the guard position. That's why Ohio State moved him to center. True. That is why he switched. But the Bengals guards, you notice they're not really asked to move around all that much. We just need them to stand there and keep motherfuckers away from Burrow.
Yeah, or go forward.
But that is a very valid point to my homecoming for the local kid dream. So I'll give you that. You got me there. That is why he moved to center. He's a damn good center. Don't get me wrong. Damn good center. DN Street, Miamisburg. You played for Centerville. Didn't start though. I stopped football when they said 2-a-days. I went and smoked weed in the woods, next to the high school.
Yeah, watching you guys practice.
Sorry, Dad. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're subscribed and your gifted memberships are on, Ben might get drunk and give you a membership.
Yeah, he's on a friggin' tear tonight. Absolutely.
Wade said y'all heard Queen Vic. She told me to take notes and call her Queen Vic. I don't know if that is. Never mind. Anyone is faster than our guards being on their ass. That is a valid point.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
You don't have to be that fast. You just have to not get put on your ass by 97-year-old Cam Hayward. That's all we need out of you.
Very talented, though. Cam Hayward, that's a wild example, though. Hayward's a freak. But the guard play has been subpar Is it due to lack of talent? Is it due to a bad scheme? I don't really care. Let's fix it. So,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what the problem is.
yeah,
Let's just figure it out.
yeah, 100%.
But we've done all this talking about the defensive coordinator job because that's a top assistant title. But like, make no mistake about it, dude. Zac has to really, really nail this offensive line coach hire.
God.
All he's got under his resume right now, all he's got since he's been here is Jim Turner, whose name should never be fucking spoken again. I fucking hate that guy. He's the one that said Michael Jordan's going to be fine at guard, and then Burrow got tabletopped and tragedy struck his rookie year. So all Zac's got on his resume for hiring offensive line coaches is Jim Turner, who's a fucking scumbag, and Frank Pollock, who I think is a fine offensive line coach for a different offense and a different scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But either Zac or Frank couldn't make what Frank does work with the offense. And what's most important is making it work for Joe Burrow's offense. So like, there's a lot of pressure on Zac to really get this right.
So we had the discussion, is Zac Taylor's seat hot? Look, and this is not a head coach hate program. Are we frustrated a little bit? Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah. But here's where I think Zac's seat is hot. If he hires studs at these coordinator positions, offensive, defensive, offensive line, a few other guys fired. If he hires guys that come in and have track records and look like they know what they're doing, and we still fail, that seat is red hot, because that means the problem might not be the coordinators. You know what I mean? So that's where my head's at.
Well, I think this is a clear sign from the organization, because Zac sits in front of the camera and says, hey, this was my call to let these guys go.
Yeah.
And that may be the case, but nothing happens in that organization without a sign off from up top. Let's not kid ourselves. Zac is put in a tough position at times too, because Mike Brown doesn't talk to the media. Duke Tobin doesn't talk to the media. So Zac is the mouthpiece, the head coach. Yeah. He has a lot on his plate. But none of these firings came without a signature from up top. And what that tells me from an organizational standpoint is they're going to say, okay, do whatever you think needs to be done to fix it. You're the guy, you're running the show. Get rid of your guys, bring in your own guys. It better fucking work, because if not, we have to have a conversation next year. And who do I blame at this point? It's the guy that let those guys go and brought these guys in, and we still didn't get the result. We need to talk about your future.
Yeah, we don't have a Texas Cowboy Jerry Jones in front of the microphone talking. It's just, that's not how our program is run. I think you're correct in that they made the decision this year to say, here, Zac, here's your leash. Don't hang yourself with it. I think so. And maybe it was unspoken, and they both kind of nodded at each other, and there's an understanding that, hey man, this is a emotional event if you're not successful. So we'll see. I like to think we're going to be successful next year. We've got the tools to do it. Hell, look at this 8-game stretch we went on at the latter half of the season. But if we start out slow again, man, I think there's a comment in there. I missed it. But if we start 1-4 again, dude, oh my God. Woo.
Can't have it. Can't have
it. There
it.
It is. Yeah.
And you can find excuses for it. You know, season before last, Burrow couldn't walk for a month. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This year, Burrow's fine. Didn't get hurt this year. Not coming back off a crazy injury. He doesn't have a fucking appendix to explode anymore. Yeah. He didn't blow me out. He didn't blow his wrist out. There's nothing. This team has to play, because all we've been hearing from all these motherfuckers that want to shit on us, dude. I posted an 8-second video from the Broncos game when we got on the mic at Bengal Gyms. All I said was, is there anybody in the world that wants to watch Bo Nix in the playoffs instead of Joe Burrow? And my Instagram was attacked. It's still going. Motherfuckers are shredding. Shouldn't have lost to the Patriots. You lost to the Patriots. You lost to the Jacoby Brissett Patriots. And you know what? They're fucking right. Yeah, because if that game goes our way, we play, and I know we don't get fucking run off the field like Denver did. We may not have beat the Bills. The Bills are a damn good football team, but I know we're not getting run off the field like that.
I think we would have. We were on a tear, man. I don't know who was going to stop us in the playoffs if we had made it. We were just too white hot. But if is a big ass word, man. So Sucks. It sucks that we're not talking about playoff football right now, but it is what it is.
So we got about 5 minutes left. Q&A from the chat. We committed to doing one last week and then realized there was a college football playoff game that night involving Notre Dame, and we don't need to compete with actual football being played. Lots of Notre Dame fans in the chat, so we didn't do that. So we'll do a little bit of Q&A while we get the comments and everything geared up for that. I have committed to going to Reds opening day this year. We're a big Reds program. Okay. Money Mac needs to be Money Mac next year, not pocket change. Absolutely. McPherson makes some field goals. We're probably playing playoff football right now also. Mm-hmm. So I agree with that. Does Money Mac get his job back next year? Yes, because of the contract and only because of the contract. If he had not just signed that contract extension, I think we're having a different conversation. But I think the money that you have to spend to get out of that contract is a little bit too rich for the Bengals' blood, especially for a kicker.
I think the little guy's going to be back. I think the little guy's going to be back. Kickers were down all year, so he was down as well. He definitely caused hardship this year, but I got faith in the little guy.
You just keep calling him the little guy, and it just feels like such an insult.
He's
a small human. He's a small human. I get that.
I mean it.
Yeah,
lots
of Irish fans in the chat. I'm with you. I'm an Irish ally for the next 7 days, I think it is. 6 days. Dean Street, go Buckeyes. Okay. It's your right to say that. Kicking did legitimately suck lead wide this year. It did. I don't know why it did, but I don't give a fuck. Ours can't. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Like,
flat out.
Let Justin Tucker suck. Like, whatever.
Next year, it cannot. That's the answer. Boom. It's just ridiculous. Unbelievable. So
I think that, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that he's back next year. Okay, Nick, fair enough. Like I said, it's your right to say that. I'm not going to return the second half of that, and I don't apologize for that.
Not Bearcat here. Not as staunch of a Buckeye hater as you were. I'm back. Yeah, I'm not as staunch of a Buckeye hater as Michigan fans and most Bearcat fans, but I'm not going to say it back either. So I don't know. Hey, when do we do a mock draft? Yeah, I like that.
Well, I think that what we'll probably
how long do we wait?
And we can talk about this. I mean, I post one every Monday, mock draft Monday. But like for the show, I kind of figured we would just kind of follow the off-season path, right?
I like that.
Like, we're looking for coaches now. We'll have reactions to whatever coaches are brought in whenever that happens, and then we get towards like the free agency time. We start talking about who stays, who goes, who we want to target, what the cap's like. Is he signed? Is he not signed? Is he going to hit the market? Does he get tagged? Whatever. And then we can move into draft season a little bit after that and just kind of follow the flow of current events. I don't know if there'll be live reactions because your kid is a fucking thug. You have 17 of them. I've got one with the power of 17. But like we'll try to we can try to get reactions to things like that out quickly. But I don't know about live.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We did last year.
Okay.
Fake show. We tried to last year. At least one of us tried to hop on and go live when somebody big got signed. But we'll do our best.
That's like one of the biggest streams in the history of our show was the Mixon Zach Moss swap that happened. We had like a few thousand people watching.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was a big one. If we have the ability to do that, like I'm definitely down. If you can't, I can go live. If I can't, you can go live. But like, I'm just saying, she's all here saying fake show, not going live. So like when there's a screaming kid and I'm like, yo, we just fucking signed somebody, I gotta go. You just gotta roll with the punches.
I like it. Yeah, the off season is going to be fun, folks. We're gonna follow the off season pattern. Probably you'll see a couple new sponsors coming in. Maybe it'll be like Cincy Unfiltered segment brought to you by Michael Rolfe's dad. Who knows? We'll figure something out. But we got a lot of fun stuff planned for the off season.
I am going to opening day though. I'm doing the whole shebang.
Talk that a little bit.
I've never been to
Not
the
once?
opening day festivities, not with the parade and all the shit
Wow.
at the banks and the game. So I've committed to doing that. I took the day off work already. Wife said she's going to go with me. So
Tickets?
haven't got the tickets yet, but I'll get them.
Okay.
I've got some people working on trying to help me get tickets that are not incredibly marked up, because if you look at the secondary market right now, they're pretty high. I've had some people reach out to me on Twitter that have like corporate connections that get tickets, and they get ticket packages and things of the sort.
Dibs, but yeah, opening day is electric, dude. You're absolutely gonna love it. It's so fun. The parade, the fanfare, shit ton.
Yeah,
of
I've never
people.
done
It's huge. Yeah, you're gonna love it, dude. Absolutely.
I don't know that we're gonna dabble in F1. I know that the cars need to go fast as fuck.
Yeah, I created a group on Twitter to try to talk F1, because I dove into F1 to keep my feed generally Bengals and Chinese TikTok. That's my goal. So I'll be talking some F1 on my page, and maybe I'll pop in and just talk about it for a second, but it's not Cincinnati, so who gives a shit?
But like in the offseason, I think that, diving into to some more of the Cincinnati sports scenes, I need to go to an FCC game.
Yep.
I need to hit
Again, we went to one in Columbus. That's right. We got to go.
I
got to get you. Oh, that's right. You didn't make it. It was just me and Padone there.
Come up.
Yes, we need to go to one. I think we can get to multiple this year. They're awesome. FC Cincinnati actually brought me out, gave me a tour of the stadium. They gave me a jersey. It was really, really cool. Yeah, humble brag. But we'll see if we can make that connection again this year. Get you a jersey and get to a game, man. They're shockingly fun. As a guy who did not grow up appreciating soccer, just to say it politely, I do now. MLS is unbelievably fun.
I made fun of soccer players my entire life.
Yeah, me too.
And then as a grown adult, I'm like, dude, those guys don't stop running ever.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. I'm like fully in on FC Cincinnati now. So I mean, it's really.
I watched a few last year. I intend to go down to one. I'd like to see a home game. Maybe sit in the Bailey. See any of the pregame stuff. I'm really wanting to. I think that's where we're gonna have a cool opportunity with when football season's end. This is a football show. Don't get me wrong. That's number one in my heart, number one in your heart. That's the way it is. But with the off season going down, it's a chance to kind of exhale. But it's also a chance to kind of experience some new stuff. Dude, Cyclones games are fun as shit.
Oh my God, they're a blast. Absolutely. Yeah, we're
go down to Great American a few times. Go to an FCC game. So get some content, some videos, whatever, some stuff to bring to you guys from that. I think it's going to be fun too. Lots of people in the chat. We can meet up at these events. Let's go to a baseball game together. Let's go to a Cyclones game together.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that'll be fun. So we're definitely going to have a more introspective look at what we bring and talk about, but it's at the core always going to be a football show.
Yeah. During the off season becomes a Cincinnati show, but when them Bengals are on, you guys, everybody else is taking a back seat. So,
draft party at the Miamisburg Moose. Jesus Christ!
I don't know what that is.
Who's going to drive to Miamisburg? It's the Moose Lodge.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, let's do it.
I'm not ignoring you, Parker. I mean, my house is not suited to host a large draft party.
Should we try? Where is the draft this year?
I don't know.
Let's chat. Where's the draft? Help us out.
It was in Cleveland last year. I kind of wanted to go. Yeah. While somebody looks that up, we got. Oh shit! While somebody looks that up, we got one more of these bad boys for the college football related, but it's all right. We talked a little bit of that. Dad says I don't look good in green. OSU has to play with a 12-man team because Notre Dame has God playing for them. Kind of true. We got touchdown Jesus.
Green Bay. It's in Green Bay. Somebody says in the draft. No, it says Detroit, Michigan. No, that was last year's.
That was last year, and then I think it was Cleveland before that.
Yeah.
Discord invited when I get inducted to the Hall of Fame. Yes, absolutely.
Dude, let's go to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and go to the draft.
I've heard there's fuck all to do in Green Bay if there's not a football game actively happening.
We'll be going to the draft.
I mean, I probably would. Lots of clearances to get that kind of a long weekend pass from the boss.
All right, well, check in with the boss. I'll check in with mine. I got points. We can find a nice Marriott there, share a queen-size bed. It'll be fun. Michael Roth.
I'm going to have to get my computer. Fuck phones. He's been trying to become a member for like half the show, dude. I'm not going to lie. They don't make it easy.
Yeah, I've seen his comments. Oh, my God. What's the date of the draft? Now my curiosity's peaked. Date of 2025 NFL draft.
Late April, I believe.
Yeah. Thursday, April 24th, and goes through Saturday, April 26th. I might be out of the country, but if not, I'm going to try to get to the draft, and I'm going to drag your ass with me. We're going to go stay in a Marriott, go to the lounge, go to the draft. Huh?
Who's driving?
How far is Green Bay?
I don't know.
How far is Green Bay? All right, let's do this. Google Maps.
You have a fucking device in your hand that tells you everything in the world.
Mine's dead.
Dude, it's 2025. Who lets their phone die?
I do. I'm bad.
Fellas, if your lady ever tells you that she let her phone die, she was getting laid. They never let their phone die.
7 hours. That's not bad at all. We could road trip it. Dude, talk to the boss.
She said I can go because she's going to go do hoe shit in Georgia. So
deal.
That's how I read the comment.
I'm talking to my boss tonight. Unless we get off here and you're like, hey, I'm not going to the fucking draft.
I'll go to the draft. Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
I got buddies in
Marriott might be too nice though. Can we I like to remember where I came from. Let's stay at like a fucking dirty Red Roof Inn.
Dude, no, I got points for days. We're living it up. Screw that. We're living it up, dude. It's one of the perks of work, man. I get to keep the points.
Parker, are you going?
If y'all
are you going to be in Cincinnati? Because
Parker,
now
come with us.
I normally go to an event on the second day of the draft, but we'll have to see. We'll have to figure out the logistics of the situation. No free ads to any fucking logistics company. But,
oh my God.
It's gonna be a hard one to let go. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like it was sort of a deep stab in the not back. I don't know. It just sucked. That situation.
It was a 2-month-long fucking.
It sucked. Good. Best of luck to them, though. We've got friends over there who we really love and want to see succeed. But we're over an hour. Drew and I will talk. We'll figure out if we're going to the draft. We'll figure out when we're going to do our. Oh man, there is no post game show. That's the first time. That's just first time that it hit me. We'll figure out when we're going to do members only streams. It probably won't be every week like it is during the season, just because there's no game to react to. And, news is sparse until free agency hits. So Drew or I will announce when we're going to do that. Do you have anything else for the millions of people watching? We're at 1,000 here, which has been our mark.
Shout out.
Which is shout out to everybody, live listeners, 1,000 or watchers, however the shit works. We couldn't do it without you. I got nothing else, Drew. What do you got?
It's the most important offseason in Bengals history. We're going to nail it.
Yep.
We're going to win the Super Bowl. But in the meantime, like and subscribe, please, if you haven't.
Vic.
Shout out Breezy. Shout out Vic.
Yeah.
Zach Moss and Sheldon Rankins also cuts probably.
Yeah,
you could cut Kappa. Volson's probably going to be back, but Sheldon Rankins is another one there too. We'll have more on the roster moves and things as that time comes up. Excited to dive into some other things. We appreciate you all being here, for sticking around for a little bit longer than normal while we try to figure it out with cameras going off and all that dumb shit. We love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next time. Hooday, but
Hooday.
Go Reds. We got Terry Francona, Ellie De La Cruz. We're winning it all.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered Show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered Show. Let's go.